Hey y'all, today we're going to make a beef roast, and it's going to have a cream of mushroom, onion soup, gravy on it, and it's also going to be cooked with potatoes, onions, and carrots. And the broth on this is absolutely so delicious. It's good on the meat, also on biscuits or rice, mashed potatoes, anything that you want to put it on. It's just such a good sauce or broth that we're gonna cook this in. So I will bring you down and we'll get started putting it together. So I'm using my crock pot, and people ask about this all the time. It's a Presto Nomad traveling crock pot. It's got the handle where you can close it and then bring the handle up and carry it with you if you're going to a function where you need to take some food and carry it in a crock pot. So anyway, what I'm going to do first is take 4 carrots and put them in the bottom of the pot. I just don't want my roast directly on the bottom. So now that I have the carrots in, I'm using a top round roast. And there's very little fat on this. Let me get it over here and get it open. They wrap this one tight. Okay, so here's the roast. I'm just laying it on the carrots. Let me rinse my hands. Okay, next we're just gonna add our vegetables. Or no, let's see, where did I put it? I had something else I wanted. Here it is. A stick of butter. You do not have to add this, but it just gives an extra richness and flavor to the roast. And I'm gonna put 1 stick of butter on top of the roast. And then I cut up 3 carrots, and I'm just gonna put those on. And then I cut up 3 potatoes, fairly big chunks, but not huge. And just sprinkle those on. And then one of our favorite things in a roast is the onion. And I bought a bag of red onion. That's what I've been using lately. These have a very pungent smell, but they're really good. So just get these stuck around in there. These onions will about take you out. They smell so strong. Okay. Now, we're gonna make our gravy to go in, and I'm gonna use 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. I'm gonna mix it in this container. Let me bring it up a little bit so you can see. These are always so hard for me to get open. I love it when those plop all in one piece. It doesn't take a lot to get me excited. Okay, and there's that one. Now, to this cream of mushroom soup, we're gonna add 2 packs of the Lipton onion soup mix. If you don't like it real strong, your flavors or your seasonings, you can just add 1. But I'm gonna add both these. And then I'm gonna add 2 cans of water. And take that out. I'm going to use my new whisk, and I'm going to add that other can of water as soon as I get this mixed up a little bit. You want to get the soup broke down as much as you can and not have too many lumps in it. I don't think this is going to hold it all. What I'm going to do is just pour that little bit of water in there. And then pour this in. It's still got a lot of lumps of the soup, but that will that'll break down over cooking time. So here you have everything you need for your roast. And I'm going to close the lid. And that's reaching all the way up to the top. It'll cook down in a little bit where that will close easier, or I'll move that onion. But anyway, I'm going to cook this on high for probably at least 6 hours. I'll check it and see how tender it is, but I want it pull apart tender. So when this is done, I'll come back and hopefully have the rest of dinner made and let you see what we'll be having and see how the roast turned out. And I'll see you shortly. Our roast has finished, but things are a little different than what I had explained to you. I wanted, when I started cooking it, like I wanted the roast to be fall apart tender. And because the family's hungry, I have to take it out before it's time, but it is a little tender. The outer edges are really fall apart, but anyway, I had to do that. And what I'm going to do today when I serve this is I'm going to send my neighbor a to-go box with her meal in it. So I'm going to show you what her meal looks like. So I'll bring it on down. And I do want to say that earlier, me and Randy just got a piece of bread on a plate and put some of the broth on the bread and just ate it like that. It was so good. So I've been thinking of all kinds of ways to use the excess broth because there's a lot of broth. It can even be frozen and you can use it later in something. But anyway, let me show you. Here is the roast. So I'm going to cut her several pieces. and this knife is not the best. But our neighbor is a really sweet lady. Her and Kaylin are the best of friends. And she's almost 90, I believe. And anyway, we sometimes will send her some supper just to be good neighbors and to help her out and all that, and she does stuff for us too. So anyway, I've got the roast cut, and here is the to-go box, and I'm going to put these 3 bigger pieces like that. Okay, now I'll move this aside, and let me see if I can pull over the vegetables. Raise that up a little bit. And I'll get her a nice big onion and some carrots and some potatoes and some of the broth. I don't know if she's a big onion lover, so I won't send a lot of the onion. Okay, so there is that. I'm trying to clean that off. So there is the roast and the vegetables, and then I made a pan of biscuits. These are buttermilk biscuits, and I'm going to send her 2. And I just took these out of the oven. I'm trying to find her 2 pretty ones. So there is Doris's meal. So I did let the roast go about 6 hours or so. And you can see there's a ton of gravy in there, but boy, that gravy is good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.